What's going on, guys? Hokage here, and in today's video we have tips to improve your awakenings. So how to get more damage with your awakenings, and yeah. So some of this might be common sense, other things you might help. But first I want to start off by saying never awaken with somebody that has either a terrible awakening or that just you don't know they're awakening, because it's gonna hurt you in the long run. You're gonna have a debuff afterwards, and every jutsu you take is gonna feel like ultimate jutsu. So keep that in mind. If you don't know somebody's awakening, do not go awakening with them. Do not put yourself in that position afterwards where you have that debuff. Remember, the debuff, can't talk, is crazy too. So if you awaken with somebody you don't know, you get no damage in, and then you have a debuff after. So that's gonna suck. And basically, but in this video, I want to talk about team awakening specifically. How to throw your opponent off guard, do mix-ups, get more damage in. A lot of people ask how to improve your awakenings because they feel like awakenings are not doing enough for them. Well, basically, you want to do a bunch of mix-ups and stuff. You don't want to main one character if you know it's not working. So, for an example, say my Danzo's I just suck with him, right? You could do some like a combo switch and then go into your next character and, etc. So here's a little something you could do to throw your opponent off guard. Combo switch. That's something I like to do a lot in Awakening. I do combo switches, and the reason why I do that is because Awakening combo switches are actually busted. A lot of them are. Susanoo's, this man right here, Kurama, stuff like that. So look, that's just one combo switch. So remember, you want to do stuff like that, so you can walk up, do that, go into this. And another little tip I have is do the Awakening action tech that I taught you, where you want to do the input of, this might take me, wow, like that. So that's something that you can do to throw your opponent off guard, is do that little Awakening action thing and then convert. And I see a lot of top tier players will do that. With this man, obviously you have his one hit Awakening action, but basically it's better to know your awakenings. That's the best way I can give it, like, tips. If you don't know what you're doing with your awakening at all, it's not going to help. This video will not help you. But if you know what you're doing, like how I know with these three awakenings, then you want to, like I said, you want to mix it up. So you can do jutsu with Danzo into pressure, and a lot of times you'll see me, I'll do this. I'll go like this into universal pull, into like a combo switch, just something to mix it up. But if you notice that one awakening is just fucking them up, then you don't need a switch. For example, Pain's a good example. He has great awakening actions for being just a main rather than a support, but some awakenings are more of like support type awakenings. That's kind of how I use Susanoo's, because I'm not great with them. I use them as a support. So what I would do is either you can call them out, or like I said, do your combo switch, or you can do your jutsu buffer and then pressure in, close in into awakening action, into tilt. Remember, awakenings obviously do more damage and stuff, so what you're doing right here is you just want to mix it up in order to, how do I say this, like, utilize their mistakes, like capitalize off their mistakes. That's what I meant. So if you see somebody just hollow step blocking, doing this to get away from your awakening, spamming jutsu buffers, it's not good to just sit here and spam this with, say, like Danzo, or do this man's rocket awakening action. You want to do something a little bit smarter than that. You might want to, add some double dashes into a little bit of a mash right there. Or, like I said, jutsu buffering is also a really good way to close in on your opponent, and then you can do whatever. Now, when I have this man right here, I always like to stop in front of him and then do that, and then you can get into whatever you want to do. But like I said, also make sure to utilize your awakening actions. I cannot stress this enough. A lot of people just do awakenings for their combos and stuff, but bro, use your awakening actions, because that's probably going to be the most helpful thing with your awakening. You're able to do setups and stuff. So watch. This is a legit combo, by the way. It's just because the wall mechanics look weird, but see, there will be stun throughout all this, and then you can get into whatever you want to do. Awakening actions are helping you do damage and just helping you in general. This one right here, that gives you a sub. Oh, one hit KO, obviously you know what that does. But like I said, guys, I know this guide is pretty basic and pretty like common sense, but it might help some people out, hopefully. This is the best way I can really explain utilizing your awakenings better, and how to like capitalize off your opponent's mistakes also. And also, one thing I cannot stress enough, if you see your opponent just doing this in awakening, bro, just dash. Just dash them while they're in the air, and their guard will break super fast. Then after that, you can get as much, you want to get as much damage as you want in that time if you know they're just going to keep doing the same shit over and over. So you would do something like, you know, and then into something like that. Look how much damage that is right off the bat. So Pain's Awakening, like I said, is probably my favorite and best awakening in the game. Not the best awakening, but my best awakening. Best awakening in the game is probably like 6-path modder or something, or definitely 6-path modder. But like I said, guys, just know what you're doing with your awakening. Do mix-ups, combo switches are really good, jutsu buffers. You want to switch between all three of them. You don't want to just keep doing it on one person. You want to pressure with all three. So if I can give another good example here. You know what I'm saying? And then awakening action, and then switch, and then look, I have my awakening action going while I'm already on a different character. That's something that you're going to do a lot too. So yeah, guys, sorry if the guide was pretty basic. I might have stretched it out a little bit too much just to include that information. But yeah, that's basically all I do to improve my, that's all I did to improve my awakenings. You just want to switch between all three of your characters, have pressure on one of your characters, like say I were to do his awaken action, and then already be on a different character. Like I said, utilize your jutsu buffers, your combo switches, etc. So yeah, guys, pretty basic guide. But if you like the guide, leave a sub, leave a like. Peace.